Hello guys, Creator438 here. Welcome to another episode of Let's Play Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Conquest. In the last episode, we completed 4 levels in Creme Quay, all of which were Rattle Battle, Slime Climb, and Bramble Blast. How could I forget that one? And we also defeated Cudgel in his very own contest. And with that, we completed Creme Quay once and for all, and we do not have to go back. In this episode, we are going to start Crazy Creme Land, probably doing 3 levels in this one, because like Creme Quay, this world also has 3 levels. Or not 3 levels. It has 6 levels and then a boss. So in this episode, we are probably going to do 3 levels. That's the plan, and we're going to start with Hornet Hole. And we start in a beehive. It's kind of an interesting world because well, I guess as advertised by the sign, this is clearly an amusement park. So where are the games? Where are the rides? Why are there beehives? I feel like they should probably invest in that. Well, to be fair, I mean, I guess I didn't give you guys that much time to look at it, but the entrance is, this is actually the outside of the entrance, which is not the way out, which is not the way it works in the Game Boy Advance version. It's actually all connected. Sorry guys, I had to clear my throat. If you hear me doing that, it's probably not because I'm sick. I actually don't get sick that often. But oh yeah, there's also a bonus right here, so don't forget about that. So yeah, it's not because I'm sick. I don't know why I clear my throat so often. Like there, I just did again. I really don't know. Unknown facts about Creator438 that not even he himself can answer for you. So yeah, don't know. So this is kind of a cool place. We're actually in a zinger. We're actually in a zinger hive, not a beehive, a zinger hive. And you can see some larvae in these hexagons, or I guess these would be honeycombs. I'm not actually sure exactly. I am not a qualified biologist. And I also don't really know a lot about bee colonies and the like. I've always been paranoid of bees. Also, I just got hit by that spiny. Yeah, I've always been a fucking guy who's just like, oh, bees, scary. Because when I was very little, I got stung by a bee, and basically, I guess you could say it basically scarred me for life because it hurt like hell. And you know, usually bees die when they sting you, but that one just flew off and I don't think it died. So maybe it wasn't like any old bee, it might have been like a yellow jacket or a wasp or something. We got Squitter right here though. So he'll protect you from the bees, the zingers. I did used to call them bees when I was young because I didn't know any of the enemy names. Because I was a pleb. No, I'm just kidding. You're not a pleb if you don't know the enemy names. It's not crucial to really doing anything in this game. Uh-oh. No, that's bad. We need Squitter. Thankfully, he's down here. And I was able to get him back. It's weird. I'm not really sure what you have to do to despawn animal buddies. And what you have to avoid to keep it from happening. It's very weird. It's kind of inconsistent too. Oh shit, speaking of which, There we go. This is why you want to abuse Squidder's insanely fast projectiles, because they work like a charm. They literally kill everything that they touch. So use them. And I probably just off-screened him right there. Fucking damn it. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can get the checkpoint. There's a DK barrel somewhere, but I think I might have to pass it up. There's a crook right there, kind of random. Now, funny thing is, and it's kind of a glitch, I think, if you... Normally, I didn't explain it, but the gimmick with these beehive levels, or zinger hive levels, if you want to be technical, is that the honey actually will keep you from moving, and you have to constantly jump through it to move. Where is the... Did I get the checkpoint in this level? Well, we need Squidward, so... I think I did. Yeah, I did, actually. I fucking forgot, for some reason. But the main gimmick with these levels is the honey, which keeps you from moving. If you try to, Diddy or Dixie will do like some little animation. To basically show you that you can't move in the honey because it's too sticky. So, and the honey can actually also be used to climb walls if it's on the walls. I'm just gonna spam projectiles through this. It really works wonders. You'd be surprised. Although you cannot shoot projectiles while you're being blasted into the air by a barrel. So yeah, that's the deal with the honey. It's sticky and you can't really move through it all that well. But if you use your team up ability while you're not in the honey, in fact you'd have to do it while you're not in the honey because you can't actually move. Or you can't actually do it while you're in the honey, but if you use your team up ability and walk on honey, you can actually move right through it. It's kind of weird, and I think they patched that in the Game Boy Advance version, and I'm dead. Maybe. Anyway, let's try that again. This level's level's really not difficult. If anything, this is them easing you into it, because I feel like Crazy Kremland is where things start getting a little crazier. I guess you could say. Maybe not crazy, but they get harder from here. Oh my goodness. That's not good. Also, I stuck to that somehow, but there's no honey right there. You know what, that coin's not worth it. Don't go for it. Like, I've been going for it really for no reason. I don't really think it's all that crucial, honestly. But, yeah. Now keep in mind, this level's actually very playable without Squidder, but we need him to access various secrets and stuff in the level. Now, it's actually kind of hard to shoot Squidder's projectiles and move at the same time. I don't know why. Not the platform webs though, those are fine. It's just his projectiles that can be a little unresponsive as soon as he jumps. You have to kind of wait until he gets to the peak of his jump, then you can use his projectiles. You also kind of use them as they're falling, so you can space them out. My recommendation is, as you're running with him at light speed, you shoot one as you're running, then one when you get to the peak of the jump, and then one as you're falling. so that you kind of space all the projectiles out and you hit a bunch of shit. Now I know I'm saying that like this is Smash Brothers, and it's not, but it's just something you could do if you want to try hard this game or whatever. And that's not good because I don't know if I can actually get Squitter now. Dang it. You serious? Alright, give me a second, guys. We're gonna just get ourselves killed real quick. We did get the DK coin though, so we don't have to get that again. Yo, these guys actually make noises when they walk. Cool. I didn't really notice that. But yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier, how you can just walk through the honey if you were teamed up. And now it's just kill everything, like I should be doing, but I'm failing, not doing it for some reason. But yeah, we've already seen a lot of this. I kind of think I should cut back. Maybe I will. I think we're almost back to where we need to be anyway. Yeah, I can just skip a lot of this arbitrary stuff. But I don't know. Oh, we're basically back there. Now that we're here, we want to use Squitter's webs. His web ability. Yes, I just tacked on the S at the end there. But basically, just use his web platform ability, and you get up to this bonus. And you actually have to use him here, because there's no honey. Whoops, okay. Thankfully, you had enough time to fuck it up once. Although, if you mess up twice, then you can't get it. You just don't have enough time. I guess if you fall, I guess it's only if you fall from the highest height though. And there's that barrel there, you don't need it. And there's something up here actually. I don't know why that web disappeared. Oh yeah, extra bananas and stuff. Fall right here. I want to shoot some zingers that we can't even see. And no in old buddy sign, so we gotta leave Squitter behind. But his life force will give us, well, an extra life. And there's the G. I actually went for it. Nice. Actually, worth it over the extra life, over the extra lives. But I think there was one there. I think there was an extra lives balloon. But I'd say the G is worth it over the extra lives balloon if you have the K, the O, and the N. We're gonna save our game. It's free this time around. Maybe I should have saved it. Get it? No, I'm just kidding. But we'll just save our game now. Actually, yeah, I probably should have. This level's not that hard. But we got Target Terror, and we're gonna play it. Fairly simple right off the bat. Just a barrel and a zinger. When we jump into this barrel, check it out. Roller coaster ride. These are basically like the mine carts of this game. If you play Donkey Kong Country, you'd know that the last game had like minecart levels where you'd ride minecarts. This is basically the equivalent of that. And what we're doing in this level is we are hitting those checkmark barrels, those green check barrels, And we're actually jumping over those barrels as well. That guy right there is a clank, and we also want to avoid those red barrels, those red X barrels. This bonus barrel right there, it's tilted off to the left for some reason, and we're in bramble for some reason, and we have squawks here. It's kind of awkward, but whatever. Bramble's always a nice scenery. Funny enough, you actually go beyond the no animal buddy sign and you don't kill that zinger, you can't actually finish it. Like, you can't get the creme coin. On bounce off these splitters and activate that. Now, careful about hitting those, because if you hit one of them, then if you hit those doors, shoot, you actually lose Diddy or Dixie, and you cannot jump over. You cannot jump through those, as it may look like. Things are not always as they seem, as I once said. But there is actually a secret which involves you jumping off at the right point. Well, actually, no, you don't jump off, but you ride your thing into oblivion. I think it's actually after this clank, and he gives you the hint that you can jump down there. And there's a track down here which leads to a bonus room, or a bonus level. Let's find the token. And I didn't actually mention it, but in this level you'll be constantly jumping out of these skull things, these skull coasters. It's not actually their official. I guess they're officially roller coasters, but you'll jump out of them, and you always go from one to the next. And just lost Dixie there. Sorry, Dixie. Want to jump over that one, and we're actually done. That's it. Did I miss the DK coin actually? Huh, got Dixie right there. I don't need any of those. Did I get it? Yeah, I got it. Okay, cool. So yeah, that was the gimmick of that level. You jump out of one roller coaster to the next. And then the other things I've already explained. So anyway, here's the next level, Bramble Scramble, which can actually be kind of tough if you're impatient, like I was when I was playing this. I actually just played it tonight. It's kind of an interesting level. Because, well, I think it is. And we'll get into why I think that. You do not want to climb right up there, because when that crook throws his hook hand, he will hit you. We actually see that we get to ride on squawks in this level, which is pretty awesome. Animal buddies, as we know, are always welcome to me. I always love using animal buddies, because I just think they add another layer of gameplay, and I just fucked up. And I think in the Game Boy Advance version, also, how did I not make that jump? In the Game Boy Advance version, I'm pretty sure once you get to that box, it's a point of no return. Which basically means you can't go beyond it, and I actually have to kill myself, unfortunately. Oh yeah, I also didn't mention it, but yeah, if you thought we didn't hear enough of a Bramble or Sickerbush Symphony in the last level, we have to hear it again. And you know, the Bramble actually does come up later, 2 other times. So yeah, Sickerbush Symphony is pretty awesome. And now I can actually mention what I was going to mention in the last episode in regard to this song. So they remixed this in Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, but it's in a small portion of the level, and then you don't hear it again for the rest of the level, basically, because you're doing something else. And it's also weird because in the same world, I almost fucked up there. In the same world, though, they made a level called Bramble Scramble, which is actually the same name as the one we're playing, believe it or not. And they don't use that song. The remix version of this song in that game is called Savannah Symphony instead of Stickerbush Symphony, because if you didn't play Tropical Freeze, basically the setting is in a savanna instead of bramble in like a thorn bush patch or whatever the fuck you'd call this. And yeah, it's also a thorn bush patch. Not surprisingly enough. I know that sounded a little weird there, but don't worry. Don't look too much into it, please. But yeah, they could have reused that song for that level, and they didn't. They made a completely different song. It would have been perfect because the level is named Bramble Scramble, clearly going for a Donkey Kong Country 2 reference, and like maybe it wouldn't have fit the atmosphere, but it would have been pretty damn cool to be playing on a thorn bush level in HD graphics with a remixed version of Stickerbush Symphony in a Nintendo game of all things. Like, Nintendo doesn't normally do things like that, I feel like, and it would have been so cool to see that in a Donkey Kong game. But they didn't do it for some reason, and I think it's unfortunate. I wouldn't say sad, because that can have plenty of meanings, also, or maybe there's two, but also, you don't want to do what I just did right there. You actually want to wait for them to throw their hook hand, and then dip down quickly, and then press B as you're going down. Now, we just lost Squawks there, and his life force transferred into a banana bunch. I just want to get Dixie real quick, and we could go this way, but, and maybe I'll show it's that way, but you actually don't have to do that. You can just jump through here somehow, and check it out. If you find this little secret area, you actually get to play as Squitter, which is kind of cool. That's why I think this level is interesting. And not only because of this, we'll actually find out why else I think this level is interesting. There's another secret wall right here, actually. I wanted to see the bounds at which you could go through that wall. And I'm not sure if you can stand on that, actually. I don't know. I don't want to test it. I guess I just got the... Well, you got the DK coin for that. I mean, I know I just got the checkpoint, but I don't know. I just don't feel like it. It's not exactly easy to test either, because you're pretty much always going to have webs there. But Squitter's life force will be short-lived, but not before getting that. And his life force transforms into another life for us. And there's a cannon right there. We're actually going back. I could show this actually. Oh, never mind. Point of no return. So we can't go back for whatever reason. Don't remember that being there. I don't think it was in the GBA port. But yeah. Fun fact, the way I thought you were supposed to get in here as a kid was I always thought you had to like trick it out and go through there. Because I think in the GBA port, the arrow barrel, oh fuck. The barrel's actually slightly lower than in the Super NES port. So you can literally just lower yourself down with, oh, actually we'll get to see a segment right now because I got the DK coin already, you don't have to get it again. So I'm pretty sure that barrel's a little lower in the GPA port, because what you could literally do in that version of the game was you could literally just lower yourself down with Dixie's helicopter twirl. Just want to wait for that guy to shoot 3 cannonballs, and then you can move on. And I've always been able to just access that area the incorrect way. But you can't do that in the Super NES version, and it makes me curious. So on that part over there, when you hear the cannon shoot his cannonballs, you don't need to do anything. You just want to get into the gap, and like you just want to get under the gap in the thorn bushes, and when you see the cannonball on screen is when you jump. Just a little trick right there. If you've already gotten the DK coin, because you don't need to go through that little area again. Also, the crook just fucking killed me. And now he and Squawks are going to proceed to have a staring contest. Also didn't mention it, but we have some mini neckies right there. Just in case someone wanted me to point that out for whatever reason. So yeah, right when it comes on screen, you jump. Not any sooner, not any later. For it is not necessary. And also, the other reason why I think this level is really interesting is because the reason I think this level is interesting is because you play as Squawks twice, or you ride on Squawks twice, and you play as Squitter once, which is kind of cool. And you use him only to get the DK coin. It's, I guess it's seemingly unnecessary, but I think it's cool. The more animal buddies in the level, the merrier. And oh boy, will that hold true for a level later. Just you guys wait. So, you just want to fly through the gap right there. And now we got an army of zingers flying at us. Yeah, it's a boss fight, guys. I'm just kidding. But, I don't know why I felt the need to say that. Referencing Splatoon right there. When I pretended there was a boss when there actually wasn't. After those 3 guys, you can fly right through here. And now we're gonna have some cloaks. You want to go up high. You can actually break their boxes. But you can't go up too high here because you're going to bump into this thing. So you want to go just a little bit below it while closing in a little bit. And you get the G right there and you end the level. And that is it. And I think I'm going to call it quits, guys, because this level is coming up on 30 minutes. So next time on Donkey Kong Country 2, we are going to finish Crazy Kremland. And we are not going to look back. So I'll see you guys then.